everybody. Today is Memorial Day weekend, Sunday, May 27th. I haven't been on here for 2 weeks. I hope you guys will be joining me. I took a sabbatical to work on a book it's a training on suicide prevention. And I'm also got cellulitis for the second time, so I've been laid low. I've been dealing with a really bad physical illness. Rasmus say, yeah, well, I'm only doing the live chats on Sunday, Rasmus. Oh my God, Matt Miller, happy Sunday. Yep, a beautiful sunny May Sunday in Portland, Oregon. We've only had one 16th of 1 inch during the month of May, one of the driest on record. Hey, Lazy Eye Ranch. Well, that's okay. I'm going to keep doing this, Lazy Eye Ranch. You've certainly made a lot of nice comments on my videos. Guess what, Lazy Eye Ranch? I'm going to basically be playing the skydiving video for people in case they haven't seen it. We all need a good laugh. Hey, virtuous woman. Have you been here before? May you've been before. Well, welcome, everybody. It's another hour of answering your questions, having you talk with each other, encourage each other. We're doing a virtual online support group. How's the sound? My regular mic is not working, so I'm just using the mic on my laptop. I know it's a little bit more tinny, not as resonant, but hey, at least you can hear me, I hope. So I'm letting you know that I had 2 videos that I've uploaded since you guys last saw me. One is called How to Cure Your Depression in 5 Minutes. It sounds like a gimmick, but it's not. It's about a New York Times article where a guy tells a story that he was suffering from moderate depression and anxiety and decided to face the thing he was most afraid of, which is jumping out of an airplane, and he didn't. And by the time he hit the ground, his anxiety and his fears were gone. First time, yeah. That skydiving was his favorite. Well, Lazy Eye Ranch, I'm going to be playing it as soon as we get a couple of more people on here. The second video I did was uploaded. It was called How to Stop Intrusive and Obsessive Thoughts. Does anybody listening to me have intrusive and obsessive thoughts? Does anybody is anybody bombarded by thoughts come in your mind that you can't stop? Well, it's a problem with everybody, but especially a problem with people who are depressed. Hey, Miriam, wow. Cedric Dose, I don't think I've seen you. Miriam, beautiful biblical name. Matt Miller, what do you think about F5HT and St. John's wort? St. John's wort is the most popular antidepressant in Germany, and 5-HTP is a precursor to tryptophan, actually a precursor to serotonin. If your depression is not too severe, you have no harm in taking them. Maybe you should be under the care of a naturopath. But yeah, they didn't work for me, but they work for some people. I think if the depression is mild, they're much more likely to work. Yeah, good question, Matt. Well, I have known people who have taken 5-HTP and St. John's wort, and it's helped. So what can I tell you? Everything, in terms of taking substances to change your mood, everything is experimental. Speaking of which, Michael Pollan just came out with a new book called The New Science of Psychedelics. It's about how they're using psilocybin to help treat depression, anxiety, and addiction. This was going on in the 50s and 60s, 1,000 peer-reviewed studies, and now it's come back again in 2018. This book is a bestseller, and just type in Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E, Pollan. I'll even show you right now. And you should listen to what this guy has to say. It's very interesting. Of course, all these things are being done under government funding, and under the care of somebody, not on your own, definitely. Type in Michael Pollan's name on the internet. Suicide prevention is a very important topic. I want to work and do research on the topic too, even though any day I might. That's very kind of Rasmus. That's gallows humor. I'll tell you what, my friend. When I compile this training, which I'm doing on July 16th, I'll send you some of my notes. I'm an exhaustive researcher, and I have, of course, done videos on this topic and have written about it, but never done a full, 1-hour training to professionals. So it will be something else. Swiss Hard, oh my goodness. I've misplaced oh my God, I've misplaced the, what is that stuff? Lavender oil you sent me. But look at this. This woman named Becky Bordner, wife of Mike, who's off on these chats, sent me this bracelet. It's yellow jade. And you drop lavender oil on top of it, and infuses the bracelet and the jade with oil, and you can smell it the whole day long. Yeah. Why is Swiss Heart saying so sorry, Matt? I'm not quite sure. What about ashwagandha? Well, yes, that's a very, very powerful hallucinogen. I don't think you should take ashwagandha on your own. I had a friend who went down to Peru and did it under the supervision of a shaman. If you have any sort of like mental instability or history of depression, anxiety, or even schizophrenia, you should not be taking ashwagandha without supervision. That's a powerful, powerful drug. Again, people have used it successfully. My old counselor used to take it, so but not me. Uh, Doug, I must get health insurance. I'm so afraid to call and find a therapist. How do I get over the fear of making these phone calls? It's not a long question, Cedric. You just have to tell yourself that it's okay to reach out for help. It's okay to reach out for help. There you go. Now, Cedric, you have nothing to lose by setting up an appointment with a counselor or therapist. Let's say you go and you have a session and you don't feel connected or don't enjoy it. That's okay. You don't have to come back. Just try somebody else. It's everything to gain, nothing to lose. I would also have a friend of yours be on the phone with you. It's always good to do things with a buddy. Find someone to either do a conference call with a friend or have someone in your house, in your home, sitting with you while you make the call. That'll really help. We need to call in support when we can't do it on our own. It's okay to need support. Oliver McLeod. Oliver sent me something that, everybody, straight from the UK, Fisherman's Friends. Whoops, there we are. Oh, there we are, Fisherman's Friends, straight from the UK. Thank you, Oliver. You taught me all about going to Amazon lockers. There you have it. So did that help, Cedric? Did that help you? Did I answer your question about reaching out for a therapist? It's a good thing. Okay, we're only 7 minutes into the hour. I think in about 20 minutes into the hour, I'm going to give everybody a big treat by showing the last 2 minutes of my recent video called "How to Cure Depression in 5 Minutes." And Lazy Eye Ranch says it's one of her favorites. Now, what is the point of that video? Why am I talking about people jumping out of airplanes? Because when you're jumping out of an airplane, the only thing you're thinking of is, I got to pull that chute. I got to pull that chute. You don't have time to think about your anxiety or depression. Well, get involved in any activity that completely consumes your attention, like bike riding, which I can't do now because of my injured leg, but bike riding up a mountain, or doing something like solving a Sudoku puzzle, or getting really involved in a good game of ping pong. What's best for morning depression, Big Gretzky? Well, depression is usually worse in the morning, and it resolves or gets better in the day, in the evening. So the best thing to do is just hang in there, go through your routines, take your medication if you take it, go to your day treatment, or go to your structure. Just continue with your routine, and it will get better. Now, if you can't get out of bed, again, have somebody call you like I did, have somebody roust you out of bed. Big Gretzky, do you find that your depression gets better as the day unfolds? It should. It happens with most people. Cedric Diaz says, thank you so much. I'm going to have my mom with me since she's pretty much my best friend, but thank you so much for the advice. Well, there you have it, Cedric. You figured it out yourself. Hey, why don't you go make an appointment the next Sunday when I come back? You can go ahead and let me know what happened. Or, hey, even better yet, why don't you send me an email, douglasblock@gmail.com. Oops, that's my website. Let's try this one. Well, healinginternational.com. I'll say, hey, douglasblock@gmail.com. Email me at that address and let me know how your appointment worked. I would be trying to try psilocybin for depression. I tried it once in my 20s. It was a pleasant experience. I wasn't depressed then. It was before my fiance died and started my depression. Yeah. Number one cause of depression is loss. Well, I did psilocybin in the 60s. It shows you how in my 20s, of course. We're about the same age, Lazy Eye Ranch. And anyway, it was very pleasant. And yeah, you could try it, but I don't know. Given your depression, it would probably be okay. But I'd still rather have it be done under the supervision of somebody. It's also illegal at the moment. That might be a problem. See if you can get one of these clinical trials in California if you can. But it is, they did a big New York Times article, a doctor right across the river in Vancouver, Washington, psychologist, clinically depressed because of upset with his daughters, took the psilocybin once, and then he felt a lot better and he resolved their issues. So again, I'm not telling anybody to take psilocybin. I'm not telling anybody to experiment with ashwagandha. I'm just saying that researchers are now studying these things approved by the FDA. Actually, psilocybin is in its third stage of clinical trials, according to Michael Pollan, and it's being done regulated under scientific scrutiny, and maybe one day it'll be available in most therapy sessions. Right now, it's still experimental, but it is interesting that people are doing this type of research. Adam Mason from Australia. Wow, CBD and cannabis has really been beneficial for me. What are your thoughts, Doug? I'm using it to treat my anxiety. Well, 2 people in my depression support groups are using it. Now, CBD oil, which is legal, which is not psychoactive, which is used to help people with seizures, completely kosher, is used by people for anxiety. So if it works for you, keep it up. Swiss Heart, my mental health clinic just had open house. I was able to share my thoughts about suicide attempts. Yeah, why don't you send them to me? I'm doing a workshop. Also, Swiss Heart, if I send you a book, will you show it to the mental health clinic, Healing from Depression? It's really the best book on the subject, in my opinion, or one of the best. Here we go, Healing from Depression, 12 Weeks to a Better Mood. Yeah, tell them about this book. It's helped a lot of people. All right, Sipchi, I remember you've been here before. I hope you're doing great. Oh, well, I have a really bad foot infection. I've actually been pretty low. I thought coming on here and chatting with you folks would cheer me up. Just want to share an advice to all here. Try emotional healing process to really heal from anxiety and depression. We must release our suppressed emotions, yes, but what technique are you talking about? There's lots of ways to release suppressed emotions. You can do Reichian therapy, bioenergetics, rapid breathing, EMDR. How to deal with inner conflict. When I am an extrovert, but for staying steady, I often have to isolate and stay by myself. This intensifies my depression and suicidal thoughts. Well, I would say, Rasmus, say just try to get in contact as much as you can with people. If you can't go outside, join a depression chat group. I know Greg Sandler has a support group if you email him. Hello, I'm Greg at gmail.com. So if you can't go outside your physical house, try getting into some internet groups just as a way to connect. Swiss Heart, what was the question you answered when you said yes? One Claire Lou, hey, you were the first person who sent those lozenges to me. You and Oliver McLeod from the UK. I would love to find an naturopath doctor. I refuse to take any more anti-seizure meds for trigeminal neuralgia when cannabis works far better and doesn't affect short-term memory as badly. Well, cannabis is very good for pain. I know that in California, medical marijuana is legal. I think, you know what? I think they just legalized marijuana in general in California for recreational use. So if it helps, do it. It's an herb, it's a drug like any other drug. Siri Goss, is that Healing from Depression on audiobook? Yeah. Well, it should be, but it's not, unfortunately. So maybe you could have somebody read it to you. But yes, that would be very good for an audiobook. That's a great question. My publisher is too small to make that happen, but I will bring it up. Anthony Gray. For anxiety, I found relaxation and clear thoughts really kick in a few hours after exercise. Of course they do. That's been my go-to method since we started this channel, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to do it for a month. Straight after I find it too stimulating, maybe that's why they say don't exercise too near to bedtime. Yes, it can stimulate you. All right, here's my treat. So, in this video, I talked about skydiving and other intense activities for helping to focus your mind and get it off of your obsessive thinking and off of your fear. So I'm going to play the last 60 seconds of the video. What I did is I took a poll, and everybody in my support group would be open to try skydiving for their depression, but me. So let me see what goes on here. You're not going to see my face, you're just going to see this. Okay, I got to get it started here. As for skydiving, after I read this article, I shared it with the group, and I took a poll of how many group members would be willing to jump out of an airplane to, help relieve their anxiety or depression. To my surprise, all 8 people raised their hand except for me. I have acrophobia, fear of heights. You couldn't pay me $10, actually $10 million to jump out of an airplane. This is the closest I'll ever get to skydiving. This has been Douglas Block. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. There you have it, my single attempt to skydive. All right. I'll just read 5 pages. One day I'll get there to it. Yeah, 5 pages a day is good. It's quite gripping. So, Sipchi, emotional healing is to accept the truth of how you feel and to allow those feelings to come up about the painful struggles that we have experienced. Those situations are traumas that trigger depression. Yes, it's not, yeah, you're great. Just let the emotions come up like mindfulness meditation. Whatever comes up, it's okay. It's all coming up to be released. That's what my therapist used to say. It's all coming up to be released. Hey, Ellen, thank you, Cedric. I'm glad you like that. Legal here now. Most of my favorite neighbors are growers, so I have a cheap source. I need to learn how to make CBD oil. Yes, you do, because it's very expensive online. You have to separate that oil from the plant. Marijuana helps my depression and pain. Ha, that was too funny. Made me laugh. Glad you liked it. Hey, Kate from Australia. Wow, what time is it? I'm going to be what do you call it? Doing a coaching session with somebody else. Let me see. It's now. Oh my God, it must be like 5:17 a.m. You are a trooper. Get up that early. Okay, Raz, Cedric Doss. It's not an ideal solution for sometimes programs that open PDF files have text to speech to. Maybe we'll find a good enough solution. Oliver McLeod, the idea of throwing myself out of a perfectly working aircraft is next to none. Well, you couldn't pay me $10 million. Of course, one of the comments said you couldn't pay me $100 million, but I'm telling you, it helped this guy. One man's meat is another man's poison. One man's meat is another man's poison. Remember that. All right. Adam Mason, thanks, Doug. By the way, check out Doug's book. It's an in-depth experience. Highly recommended. All the best. I'll just be watching. Adam, are we going to do any coaching together? Why don't you email me? I think I'd love to work with you. Another Australian. I've got a big fan club in Australia, down under. Maybe somebody should fly me there, except it's kind of getting towards winter right now. One Claire Lou says, I watched a very interesting TED Talk by a neurologist. Not only did she talk about the immediate benefits of exercise on the brain, she has said it actually changes the brain structure. One Claire Lou, can you please email me that? You've got my email address. We've communicated, but here we are, douglasblock@gmail.com. Can you do that one, Claire? Claire is your real name, of course. That would be great. Cedric says that's a good idea, Rasmus. I don't know what Rasmus said, but yeah, I see. Yeah, nice information, Rasmus. Well, it's been the month of May. I've only had $7 of donations on Patreon, my worst ever. Of course, I haven't really. Hey, Doug. Hey, Brooks. Nice to see you again. We just talked yesterday. Anyway, if anybody wants to go to my Patreon page and become a subscriber for just as little as $2 a month, I will send you a free ebook of When Going Through Hell, Don't Stop. So there you have it. There's my Patreon page. If you click on that link, it won't go anywhere, but you can at least go to patreon.com and look at my name. Look at my name for depression. You'll come right to my page. It's helping to fund these videos. I have to pay $250 for each video. It's not cheap, but I do that because this is my passion and my mission. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, get back to me if you feel like you'd like to do it. We could even do 1 or 2 sessions and see how it goes. Okay, so Brooks says, could you answer my question? Brooks, did you ask the question already? If so, I didn't see it. You may want to answer it again. Let me see if I can see. Oh. Do episodes get further apart? Well, I can only tell you my experience, Brooke. I had my first one in 1976, then 7 years later in 83, that's 7 years. Then the next one was 1996, that was 14 years. The next one was 2015, that was 19 years. So yes, for me, the episodes get further and further apart as I learn more skills, but that's my experience. I would hope it would be for everybody, because the more you go through this and the more you come out of it, the more tools you have, the more aware you are, and the more you're going to be able to be proactive. And when you do start to get depressed, you can immediately put in your relapse prevention plan. So I hope I answered your question. Yeah, in my experience, they do get further apart. Lieutenant Tiger, I haven't seen you before. I struggle with anxiety and often get trapped in cycles of rumination. Absolutely. Woohoo! Any simple tips on telling the difference between rumination and constructive problem solving? Yes. The difference between rumination and constructive problem solving is rumination, you go in circles over and over and over and over again, like a chow chewing its cud, spitting it up, regurgitating it, chewing it back down, chewing it, spitting it up, back down. So there are no solutions. Solving problems, you actually list things you can do, you take action, and you eventually make progress. But rumination is just spinning thoughts that don't lead to any action or conclusion. So that's the difference. Oliver says, I study web design. If you ever need any help, Douglas, with that, still learning, but happy to help. Well, I just paid a lot of money to have my my website designed so it could be seen on the iPhone or iPad, and I actually lost viewers, so it was not a very good experiment. Uh, does ECT help ruminating? Yes, it does, but you have to be pretty depressed to get it. Thanks, Lieutenant Tiger. Hey, speaking of that, maybe I should show you guys my website on the iPad here. Anyway, this is how it looks right here. Healing from Depression, your site for hope and healing. Just go to healingfromdepression.com, and then when you click on the menu, you can't read this, but you can see there's a whole menu here with all sorts of lists. What is depression? Symptoms of depression, depression screening tests, what are the causes of depression, addiction and depression, when loss leads to depression, famous people with depression and mood disorders, etc., etc. My own story of how I was healed from depression, different depression treatments, suicide prevention, self-care, recovery tools, and resources. I've spent 18 years putting together this website, so it's got a lot of information. It's free. Go to healingfromdepression.com. I'm a new supporter. I wish I could afford more because you help more than my therapist. He doesn't understand depression the way you do. He said something odd last week. I might have misunderstood. Yes, Laser Ranch, you got it. Yeah, I see your comment, Sorry, I'm probably not going to show it because of YouTube's policy, but yeah, I can understand. I understand what happened to you when you were young. You can go to a therapist and help work that out, sweetheart. Because you were punished for admitting you were in pain, that made an imprint on you, so it makes it harder to reach out now. But you should definitely reach out anyway. Just tell that child that you're an adult. Nobody's going to punish you for asking for help. It's okay to do it now. Just tell your little boy that it's okay. It's safe to reach out for help. Tell that boy over and over again that it's safe. Also talk about it with your therapist. That would really help. So yeah, I'm sorry you had that experience when you were 5 years old, but you're older now. You know, a lot of us have childhood trauma. We were told negative things. You're no good. You'll never amount to anything. Negative talk from parents or caregivers. But guess what? As an adult, we can change those tapes. The brain is neuroplastic. You can actually change the grooves in your brain. Like one clearly said, you can exercise and actually grow brand new brain cells. It's amazing how changeable the brain can be in a good way. I knew a guy, he had schizophrenic breakdowns at 14, 20, 26, and 32, and now he's raising a family. So it's amazing what the human spirit and the human body can do. I mean, we are resilient beings, human beings. We are survivors. So let me tell you about the other video I just did. Aha. Let me see. He said he wouldn't be, no. Oh, is that what the therapist said? Get a new therapist, Lazy Ranch. Hey, passerby. Helping these last week, it's getting worse. The plan is a barrel. How do I find a glimpse and keep going? Well, you know what? I understand what it's been like. If you go to my website, okay, passerby, and you type in these words, I want you to do this after the live chat, okay? Look up this video, okay? It's called Bearing the Unbearable Pain on my YouTube. There it is right now. Look that up, passerby, and look at that video. It will help you to keep going in the midst of horrible pain. I wrote a book called When Going Through Hell Don't Stop. I'll tell you what, passerby, if you email me, I will send you a free ebook of that. DouglasBlog@gmail.com, passerby, email me, and I will send you a free copy of When Going Through Hell Don't Stop. Brooks says, is it normal not to find pleasure in sex when depressed? Absolutely. So, passerby, did you get that? I left the book in the other room, so I can't really show it to you. But the name of the book is When Going Through Hell Don't Stop. I went through hell every day for 9 months, and I came out. You just have to hang in there. Nothing lasts forever. So please email me, and I will go ahead and send you this book, okay? By the way, just reminding you guys that we have a super chat button at the end of the bottom of the page with a dollar sign. People give $1, $2, $3. Some one person gave 50, but yeah. All right. Rasmus, I wish I could afford to both support and also take that 12-week depression course. Well, Rasmus say if you just read my book, you'll get the same thing. Your brain is effectively a muscle, says one clearly. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. I agree. Buy the book, Rasmus say. Sweetheart, yes, I've been in therapy for years. I have a terrific therapist and been in women's group for 5 years. I'm all much better. Thank you. You're more than welcome. I appreciate. What did you send me in the mail? Something you sent me something quite wonderful. So, passerby, did you get the title of that video? It's called Bearing the Unbearable Pain. Did you get the title of my book, Going Through Hell Don't Stop? Let me send both to you, but I'll just tell you that you just got to get day by day, sometimes hour by hour, sometimes minute by minute, and you can come out the other side. You need to reach out for support. You need to ask for help. Maybe you can pray for help. I'll give you the phone number of an amazing prayer ministry that has basically saved everybody I've put on it who is, at the edge. It's called Silent Unity. I made a whole video about it. It's a 24-hour prayer line, and I don't know where you are, but I'll give you the regular number in case you're overseas. Why do I keep? Oh yeah, keep forgetting it, and then I remember 816-969-2000. So passerby, call that phone number. 24 hours a day, you'll get a prayer support that you won't believe how good it will be. What's my favorite ice cream? Well, coffee. Is there something? Yeah, espresso chocolate, if that exists. Espresso ice cream. I love coffee. You said you misplaced library. You need it with your bracelet. Well, the woman who sent me the lavender oil, sent me this bracelet, sent me lavender oil, nowhere as good as yours, and it will come up. So, sweetheart, I want you to hold in consciousness with me that I will find that. It's not lost. It hasn't been tossed. It's between my mound of papers. Why don't you fly up to Portland and help me clean out my office, That'd be great. You'd be doing a great service to humanity if you could come up here and do that. Of course, I'm joking, but it is somewhere in my papers. Anyway, I was smelling your lavender straws every day, and then I got sick, and then everything fell into chaos. But yes, oh my goodness, I love it, and it will come up. It will turn up. My wife and I can help me find it. All right, so Sweetheart, where did you get that name, Sweetheart? I keep thinking you're a guy, but no, you're a woman, as you've told me. I have no idea why I had that preconception. Lazy Eye Ranch. Does depression cause memory loss? I've noticed that I watch a movie and not remember anything much about it the next day. I have to write down everything to function. Yes, one of the things that depression does, my friend, Lazy Eye Ranch, it does something I might as well tell you right out so you can understand this. It shrinks a part of the brain. It's called the hippo. It's actually Latin for seahorse. And it's the seat of short-term memory. So that's what depression does. It shrinks the hippocampus, and then there goes your short-term memory. But guess what? Everything is restored to you when you get better. A lot of people have asked me that. Mr. Block, Dr. Block, when I come out of this, will I be able to regain all my cognitive faculties? The answer is a definite 100% yes. I remember in my depression of 96, 97, this guy said, here, read this book about depression. It really help you. It was called, I forget it, Overcoming Depression by this Greek man. And I looked at it, and it was this very technical book about the neurochemistry of the brain and serotonin reuptake inhibitors. I couldn't even read a comic book. I had no ability to concentrate and focus. I was too agitated, moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then in October of 1997, when I came out of it, everything came back to me. And I wrote this memoir called When Going Through Hell Don't Stop. It just took me 6 months. Everything returned to baseline. Actually, I actually think I even have a better memory now, 23 years later, despite having gone through ECT. So yes, Lazy Eye Ranch, your memory can return to you. Sacred God, so glad I finally caught your stream. First heard you from Big No No. He's really cool. Working out went from 300 to 65 pounds since I checked him out. Well, Big No No is a tremendous healer, and he helped. He was in my group. I don't know if he mentioned this. He read when going through Hell Don't Stop, said it saved his life when he was in the hospital, came to my depression support group, was there for a year, got better, found out he was low on testosterone, started doing TRT, and he made a YouTube channel, become quite successful, and he's got a big fan base. And every now and then he puts me on there. You should look at the video he did 3 weeks ago. It's a higher power. I eat lunch with him. I look like a complete homeless person, but my video viewers jumped about 30% after that came on. Higher power video with, yeah, you should go check this out. It's very good, and it talks all about how to have faith, because as you know, he's recovering from alcoholism, doing a beautiful job of staying clean and sober. My hats goes off to Noah. Well, you go back to completely normal like it never happened. Well, I can only tell you my experience and the experience of the hundreds of people I've worked with and the memoirs I've read, and the answer is yes. Depression is horrible, debilitating, but it is a limited condition. Like this infection I have in my foot, I have lymphedema. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to walk up Angel's Rest again. There's something going on with my right foot and my right ankle and lower leg that is probably not going to change. Depression, I've been so severely depressed, I wanted to take my own life. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times that way. And yet, each time I came out of it, it was a complete restoration. I have a video called You Can Be Restored that you should watch. May God help those suffering from clinical depression all over the world. What's a beautiful prayer, Syed Ali? Yes, Baraka Bashad, absolutely. Alan McNair, we haven't seen you in months. Any tips regarding how to stop my mind wandering? I'm worrying about scenarios that will most likely never occur. That is called worry. Yes, I have 2 videos. The first one you should look up, 3 steps overcoming worry. And you know, if you just type in the words worry and anxiety on my channel, you will see a lot of videos about that topic, because a lot of people have a really hard time with having their mind think about things that will never happen. Remember what Mark Twain said? I've had a great many troubles, but most of them have never happened to me. Hello, you new viewers. It is, we're halfway through this video. It's May 27th. The sun is out. What did Robert Browning say? God's in his heaven, all's right with the world. Well, importantly, we say the sun is out and all's right with the world. A beautiful spring. I can't enjoy it because of my foot. Hey guys, think of my foot getting better. I want to be able to get on my bike and start hiking again. I've been laid up as an invalid for a month, but guess what? I'm doing this tremendous project, doing a training for a local agency on keeping people safe when they are suicidal, and I'm having it's been a very engrossing and positive experience. Also, of course, I continue to do my videos every Monday. Just subscribe to the channel, click on the little bell to the right of subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I put up a new video or do a live chat. Rosalind said, Agent Lance, I keep failing getting low grades at the university. People think I'm lazy, so I understand and I feel for you. Absolutely. Some sufferers can operate on a higher level than before the depression. Yes, how did you know that one, Claire Lou? Have you actually read my book? You know, I talk about, there's a quote from Julia Siegel, who's a survival researcher, and she says, sometimes people even come out the other side of suffering from depression or being a prisoner of war, and they operate at a higher function than before. The tragic circumstances of our life, she said, can become a redemption. Isn't that amazing? The bad things that happen can actually end up doing some good. I never would have thought it, but guess what? When I was struggling, thinking I had no more left to give the world, absolutely desperate, this very wise man came up to me and said, Doug, you know why you're going through this crisis, this ordeal, this hell? Because one day you're going to get better, and you're going to write about it, and you're going to share it with people around the world. And he was absolutely correct. And that book was Healing from Depression, 12 Weeks to a Better Mood. So yes, coming out of that episode, my life became better because I did the book, I did the website, I started newsletters, and I did this YouTube channel. 4 things that would never have occurred had I not gone through a severe life-threatening depression illness 20 years ago. So You were absolutely right, one Claire Lou. And by the way, weren't you going to send me something? Oh, about the neurologist and exercise in the brain. I'm gonna email you and keep asking you to send that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make a note of it if I can find my pen, which of course I never can. I'll remember. I remember neurologist one Claire Lou. All right. Am I still depressed? I'm suffering a situational depression because of the illness, but I'm not clinically depressed. If you suddenly had a bad infection that doesn't respond to antibiotics, and you're laid up for a month and can't exercise and do the things you love, you would feel depressed too. But that is not clinical depression. Clinical depression is when you don't eat, you don't sleep, you lose all pleasure. I can still get pleasure in things. Just someone do overnight express some espresso ice cream, send it by UPS. It'll stay nice and chilly, and I'll get it and I'll eat it. That really won't happen, but you can send me something else that's not perishable. So yeah, worry can be overcome by bringing your mind back to the present. I have if you email me, douglasblog@gmail.com, I will send you back an exercise about how to bring your mind out of the future into the here and now. Hey, KIC Bailey, whoa, from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We did one session. I asked if we were going to do another. I haven't heard from you. Adam Mason, you're back again. So sorry. We'll continue to pray healing thoughts over you. I pray for Noah Daly. Yes, well, he responded to your prayers. He's not drinking anymore. Good for you. Sending you positive energy. Thank you, Alvin McLeod. Thank you, Lazy Eye Ranch, and thank you, Swiss Art, for sending me positive energy for my foot. What was he like, Douglas, getting with your life after coming out of that depression? Does it always linger? No, he, like me, Big No-No, made a full recovery after he came out. Now, he's had some minor relapses. He's relapsed into alcoholism, so you're never rid of it. I sound like Emma Fudd. You're never rid of depression and anxiety. It can always come back. But when Noah came out, he was just back. And as one clearly mentioned, he was better off because he started this whole YouTube ministry, which never would have happened had he not had the depressive breakdown, just like me. We're both wounded healers, Noah and myself, and not just us, but so many people out there who are helping others in mental health because they've gone through that, that hell. They've come out of it, and now they're sharing what they've learned with other people on the other side. Alvin McLeod, I'm always worried about having another nervous breakdown. So am I. I had one when I was 25, 32, 46, 60, 65. I'm now 69, and you know what? It could happen again, but if I spend my time dwelling on it, I sure as hell am more likely to have it happen. So Oliver, you got to get busy in the here and now. I asked my friend who had those 4 breakdowns. He's raising 2 children. I said, do you ever worry about, getting another episode, about going in the hospital, about having schizophrenia? He says, Doug, I'm too busy to worry about anything. I'm too busy taking my kids to daycare, coming home, making meals, picking them up, putting them to bed. I'm just too busy to worry about getting, have a mental illness recurrence. Well, he's right. As long as he keeps that involved in life, it's probably not going to happen. So, Oliver, keep busy, keep focused, keep praying, keep going ahead and using your mental health recovery plan that I help you develop. I have all the information you need about that on my website, healingfromdepression.com. And so, yes, I share that worry, and but you just have to take your mind and focus it somewhere else. One Claire, U.S. I have fishing experience for you and Victory V's. That's great. Now I've got one Claire. You don't have to send me anymore. I am running out. Yeah. Senator Doss, beautiful story, not the depression, but how getting over depression has made me stronger as a person. That actually made me tear up a bit. Never thought of it like that. Of course, any survivor will tell you the same thing, Senator Doss. But yes, by the way, are you Cedric? It sounds like a UK name. Are you British or Diaz might be Indian? I'd love to know what nationality you are. KIC said, I emailed you this morning. Absolutely. Well, I haven't checked my email. I went to the doctor to have my foot checked out. How long was Noah's episode? This lasted about 9 months, and then he came out of it in the end of 2011. Hey, Jareki R. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Hi. Crazy pianist. Hey, am I 69? Well, if you really want to know it, I'm 96, but I have dyslexia. By the way, did you hear about the dyslexic, agnostic, insomniac? And agnostic is someone who doesn't know if God really exists. He may, he may not. So this guy who was an agnostic and had dyslexia, and he was an insomniac, he lay awake all night asking himself, is there a dog? Is there a dog? Isn't that funny? So, no, I'm not 96, and I don't have dyslexia, and I am 69. You hit the nail on the head. Boy, I feel a lot older than I was at 66 when I was riding 100 miles a day. You never know when things can happen. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, my friend. More volume, please. Well, all right, I'll speak louder. Thank you. I'll move this closer to me. This gives me hope. I've been down before, but this is the longest and worst depression I've ever known. Every day is a fight. Good to think I could be stronger from this pain. Yes, keep it up. I still think you should try some medication. Or what do you think about getting ECT? Boy, is that controversial, but it saved my life in 2016. Yeah, I'd like to know what you're actually doing for the depression, because once it sinks in there, man, it's hard to get rid of. Crazy pianist, I thought you were like 50. How do you keep yourself preserved so well? Well, I actually go to the mortuary and have embalming fluid. It's very helpful. You know, it just prevents everything from just, rotting. Boy, I have a really bad sense of humor. Well, I'll tell you what, crazy pianist. I've always eaten very well. I've exercised like crazy. My father looked younger than he was, so it's partially genes and partially lifestyle. And, well, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Pearly Bonda. Oh, my God, the long-lost soul from Tulsa, Oklahoma. There she is. What's going on with the wedding? What's going on with the depression? Man, you used to be here all the time. Are you married yet, Pearly Bonda? That's exactly what I was thinking. Anyone here has had depression, generalized anxiety, and depression derealization? And I don't know what pregnant means, but while you were pregnant, that's a lot to take care of. Yeah. So to answer your question, crazy pianist, I've done my best to take care of myself, but it is it's been hard lately. You canceled everything. Wow. Well, you're still living with your partner at least, and you're still taking care of your children, so that's good. By the way, remember there's a little dollar sign down here, a live chat. Usually I get at least a couple of bucks donated before the end. I know Lazy One Ranch, you donated $5 last time. You were very, very dangerous. Generous. You're not dangerous. You're a very cool person. You can call me up sometime. We could chat. And yeah, learn how to get the CBD oil out of that cannabis plant. It'll really help with the anxiety. All right, 42 minutes after the hour. I want to tell you about the video I posted on Monday. It's called How to Stop Intrusive Thoughts. One way is simply not to fight against them, because whatever you resist persists. I have a picture of a pink elephant on my thumbnail. Also, say cancel, cancel, replace it with an affirmation, exercise, and there's a medication called Lubox. And tomorrow I'm going to post a video called How to Live a Balanced Life, Physically, Mentally, Emotionally, and Spiritually. There are 4 rules that I got from Dean Ornish, the cardiologist. It's called Eat Well, Move More, Stress Less, and Love More. It's a very interesting video where I give someone else's holistic recovery program. Do you really think major depression is from outside of you? Well, I don't know what that means. No, it's from inside of you. Your chemicals, your brain is dysregulated. There's a book by a woman that says, How I Stayed Alive When My Brain Was Trying to Kill Me. Yeah, no, it's not from the outside. And to ask, oh my God, Ireland just went ahead and voted to, loosen restrictions on abortion. I won't go ahead and get into the political debate about it, but it was big news in the New York Times. I've not been well this month because I've spent the last 25 years dealing with cellulitis of the leg, a really bad infection that's kind of taken me out of the picture in terms of exercise. It's under control right now, but boy, has it made an effect on my mood. It's hard being ill, I'll tell you. And when you have depression, it's double trouble. Have I ever seen the series 13 Reasons Why? I have not. I hear it's controversial. I hear it gives a very not balanced or not accurate view of suicidal ideation. Yeah, for young people. What do you think, Oliver? I think there's some problems with that show. I'll tell you one thing. Teen suicide has been rising lately. You know what a lot of people blame it on? Hey, Hari Matrussi, great to see you. It's called social media. Anybody here in their 20s? Probably not. But the people I know in my 20s, in their 20s, yeah, I wish I could be 20 again. And my group said it's social media, Facebook. I have a video I did it's called Facebook is Making You Depressed. What does that mean? means that when people spend too much time on Facebook, one, they're isolated, they're not really connecting with real people, and two, they do social comparison. Oh, look at Fred over there, he just had a new baby. Or look at Laura, she just came back from Italy. Or look at John, his son just got into Harvard. Look at me, I'm a piece of crap, right? You compare yourself to other people and you find yourself wanting. I did a whole video called What Happens When You Compare Yourself to Others. Not good. So when people get on Facebook, they look at other people's lives. Has anyone ever done that? Oh, of course, Cedric. I'd love to put my Patreon link on there. Yeah, absolutely. Now, you can't click on it because it won't let you do it, but you go to www.patreon.com. Okay, that's the website, right? And then you just type in Douglas Block Depression. Okay, so if I take this thing over here, my little iPad, I should use while I'm already on my laptop, right? So if you go to Patreon, this is what you'll see. Douglas Block is creating, what is going on here? God almighty, this iPad is so sensitive. Douglas Block is creating mental health recoveries on YouTube. You see I have 84 patrons. I'm trying to get to 100. You guys would be very nice if you could do that. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much. My goal is actually right now 86. You could be number 85. One clear abortion is still legal in Northern Ireland? Well, according to the New York Times article, it seemed like it was legal everywhere. But again, I don't want to get into that debate. Pearlie Bonda says, we've been together for 8 years and know it's still a long way to go together. He's been a great helper and support. Thank God, yes. Thank God for all the support we can get from people. I've had so many guardian angels. Is anybody else? Cedric, did you see the Patreon link right there? Yeah. So, TMAC192, it's good to see you finally. Well, I took a one Sunday break. I will be here every Sunday from now on, but I will not be doing Wednesdays. Only Sundays weekly. It's too much for me, especially with my health being in not so great a shape. And I have to work on this training I'm giving in July. But I am committed to being here Sunday at noon Pacific time for you guys every week, unless I'm out of town or unless I'm too ill. Which let's pray that will not happen. I need a better therapist, as Lazy One Ranch. Of course you do, but there are a few where I live. I have neighbors now. You probably don't have the money, but you can do therapy online. It's called Better Counseling. Go look up this place called Better Counseling. But yeah, I mean, you can get really good therapy online. Sweet Young Cuckoo Camping, probably a spot. I'm taking care of the goat for now. I love goats. My moon is in Capricorn, the mountain goat. I think it's called Better Counseling. No, there's something like that. Better Help. Anyway, what do you think about getting counseling online, Lazy Eye Ranch? One clear, good for you guys, and don't get bullied into it. Well, I'm not quite sure what was getting bullied into, so I didn't quite understand what she was referring to. Nice, Lazy Aaron. Good therapist, few and far between where I am. Well, of course, you're in Tennessee. Okay, I don't mean to offend people from Tennessee. They don't know much about off-the-grid living, so I'm the person they asked help from. I feel I'm needed, less lonely now. They seem to like me some odd reasons. Of course, you're likable. It's so nice that you have people camping on your lane. You need that connection, Lazy Eye Ranch. You're too isolated. I've said it once. I'll say it a million times. You are too isolated. The fact you have people, you're taking care of their goat. Good for you. Just invite them to stay there for the next 20 years, okay? Razmasay says, part of me feels that the situation that caused my depression is insolvable and the solution is death. Whoop, while the other part is hopeful and tells me to use the experience of helping others. That's what drives me. Go focus on option number 2. This experience is helping. Just being on this channel and putting your input here every Sunday, you're giving people hope that they can live through pain and hang in there. So you're a good role model, Rasmus. Keep it up. Okay, yes, Lazy Eye Ranch says KIC Bailey. It's always good to help and feel helpful and of value. 49 minutes and 40 seconds. We've got about 10 minutes left. My foot is really starting to hurt me. I have to elevate it. I'm going to need to go in about 5 minutes because I can feel the pain is coming back. One Claire Lou, no, I'm totally for it. Some women on her shoes have been going through hell. It should be a matter of individual conscience, not the state of the church. Well, that's what many people believe, and I understand that point of view. Just got back from swimming. Been swimming since 8 a.m. today. I learned I'm tired. Hope this helps me deal with my panic attacks. Yes, when you're exhausted, the anxiety goes down. I've always said that, swim until you drop. That's what I did in my book. Have you got my book, Healing from Depression? It tells all about that. I definitely feel the same way, says KIC Valley to Rasmus. Well, maybe you guys should exchange email addresses and communicate. This is all about helping people connect with each other and giving each other support. Did I have insomnia the whole time I was depressed, says Brooke Nichols? Yes, but not the whole time. All 4 depressions, I had insomnia at the beginning, but then it resolved about midway through. But it was always indicated that the beginning of depression is when I got insomnia. You got that right, Douglas. Only temporary. Quite the struggle being in Tennessee. Well, we've talked about that on the phone during our one chat. Hard to break that cycle and get a more stable sense of self, Oliver. Cycle where you're talking about. By the way, Secret DS, did you get to my channel on Patreon? Let me know. You can always email me. We are douglasblock@gmail.com. If you're having a hard time getting to my Patreon channel, give me a buzz. All right. Let me see if you come here. God, they always have me. All right, I'll log in when we're done. The iPad never keeps me logged in for some reason. All right, so last Monday I did a video on how to stop intrusive thoughts. Monday before, how to cure depression in 5 minutes through something like skydiving. And Monday tomorrow, eat well, move more, stress less, and love more. My new video. And I'll be back next Sunday. Any final questions? You guys have been great. It's been nice to be back here after missing you for 2 weeks. You can email me with any questions you have, and what I really suggest is you stay in contact with each other. So feel free, after I sign off this live chat, the chat window will be continuing for at least 5 minutes, I believe, and you can chat with each other. Again, I encourage you to exchange emails, phone numbers, whatever it is that you can do to keep in touch with yourself. I know Pearl Yvonne has given out her phone number. I'll have to text Danielle Kate from Houston. By the way, I'm rooting against Houston in the Golden State Series because I'm on the West Coast. Don't take it personally, Danielle. But anyway, yeah, Danielle should be here, and you know Perla how to communicate with her. Terry 60W. Wow. Have you been on this channel before? I wish I was initially. I haven't heard. You're both newcomers, aren't you? Have you subscribed? That's the key. The more you subscribe, the more YouTube will get my word out to other people. By the way, I've had a nice bump in viewers and minutes viewed after I was on with Noah. Terry 60W says, I sent my depressed friend a birthday gift recently, but haven't heard back. Friend is isolating for months. Emails occasionally. Could this be a depression symptom? Oh, yes. Your friend is depressed. He's isolating, he or she. You definitely should reach out. Go drive over to his or her house, or call up. Don't let that person continue to isolate. There's a danger in that. Things could go bad if you have your own mind. If you have only yourself and no one else to bounce off of, your mind can be a dangerous thing, and it can take you into places you don't want to go. Reach out to your friend. Wish I was initially. Is this the first time you've been on this live chat? I haven't seen you before. Thank you, Douglas, and everywhere. KAC Bailey. I just love your name, and I'll read your email this morning. Anna Mason, thanks heaps, Doug. I'll get back to you. I hope you can get the viewers back and everything will fix itself in time. Well, I haven't really lost any viewers. They've actually got more of them, but I want my foot to heal is what I want. You're a newcomer. Well, have you been here the whole time, Terry 60W? Have you been listening, or did you just come on 5 minutes ago? Lazy Iran says, Terry 60W, your friend is very likely loved your gift, but is very depressed. I've been reaching out for months. Well, can you drive over to the house, or is that person not in your neighborhood? And keep reaching out. Don't give up. Do you know his or her parents? Do you know his or her friends? Can you contact anybody in that person's circle? We need to break through this isolation. It really, can be very, very harmful. It is harmful. You can't really heal in isolation. That's been my motto since 1997, because I was healed when 12 people sat down in a circle and had me write out a vision statement, and for the next week, the next month, they read that vision statement, prayed over it every day at 9 a.m. in the morning. By the end of the month, My symptoms were 90% gone. Within 3 months, I was completely healed without medication, without drugs, just by people's love. Love is the most powerful healing force in the universe. I will say it again. Love is the most powerful healing force in the universe. If I had my book, I Am With You Always, I would read an amazing quote. But there's nothing that love can't do. It is the strongest power, more powerful than the splitting of an atom, my friends. Just emailed the TED Talk. Good night, all. Yes, when clear, it's 9 p.m. God, you're a lightweight. You're going to bed so early. It's just a joke. I stay up till midnight, but I'm a New Yorker. Thanks, One Clear Lou. I'm so glad you're still in touch, and I really enjoy my connection with you and everybody here. And yeah, thanks for that video. I'll enjoy it. I will go ahead and watch it. Adam Mason, it's also 6 a.m. when you are. You're a trooper also. Okay, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Until we meet again, hasta luego. And I don't know what you love it, Douglas, but whatever you love, I love too. Oh, you love what I said. Yeah, well, it's true. Terry W. 60 Lazy Eye Ranch, don't give up on your friend. I've been doing the same thing for so long. The family and friends have mostly given up on me. So Terry W. Terry 60W, you've been doing it for like a couple months. Is there anything else you can do? Can you drive to this person's house? Can you alert people who know this person to go visit? You could call the mobile crisis team in Portland and have them go out to the house, but you don't live in Portland. So anyway, keep on reaching out, Terry W. 60W. Don't give up. Where there's life, there's hope. And as we say in A, don't give up 5 minutes for a miracle. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to do a live chat donation after this session, that's great. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Remember, you can still communicate with each other. And I'll give you my Patreon link one more time. That's www.patreon.com. And you can become a patron for as little as $2 a month. You just have to type in my name, Douglas Block. And remember to subscribe to this channel. And you subscribe by going www.youtube, whoopsie daisy, youtube.com/user/healing depression. Oops, we're getting there. www.youtube.com/user/healing depression to subscribe to this channel. And until we meet again, I wish you all the best in your mental health recovery. Hasta luego.